Good evening and welcome to Antelope Valley College, home of the Marauders. It is the beginning of the 2022 football season. SCFA football returns, and it will be week one. An Antelope Valley College team hoping to start things off and get going this year against a College of the Canyons team that many of the fans of the SCFA around here would know as being one of the powerhouses in the state of California. It would appear that ABC had won the original coin toss, so we are going to get set up and ready to go. And get ready to kick things off here. Obviously, ABC College in the maroon and white uniforms. College of the Canyons sporting their away white and blue. And we will get ready to go underway momentarily. We're happy to have you guys join us here on SoCal College sports coverage of the SCFA. And we're very happy to provide you guys with Marauder football coverage all season long. For those of you who cannot make it, Gavin Rowanwall will be kicking things off here, and we are about to get underway here at Marauder Stadium. Local time, 5:55 p.m., so starting a little bit early, but nonetheless, here we go, and we are underway. Kickoff is going to be fielded around the 5-yard line on the far sideline, looking for a hole and punching up and through, making contact all the way up to the 35. A good start here for the Cougars. So a lot of good things heard about this COC offense, and they have been explosive in years past. So touchdown at the 32-yard line was Samaj Freeman. Slotted as a running back here for the Cougars, and we will get set and ready to go. And the Cougars will see their first offensive snap of the 22 season. At the helm, Caden Perry. Stepping at quarterback. He's from Chatsworth, California, my neck of the woods. Went to Sierra Canyon High School. And a whistle here on the first snap. We'll see exactly what they choose to call here. And they'll say delay of game. So COC starting things off with a penalty this season. Not exactly the best way to start things off, but maybe a little bit of nerves trying to get the guys out on the first snap of the actual season. Handles the shotgun snap, taking the run all the way up along the far sideline. Just past the hash marks, right up to the line of scrimmage, was J.D. Sumlin. Caden Perry, he has been touted from one of our broadcast associates over at COC. As a pretty daggum good quarterback. We'll see what he does. Read option, chooses to shoot right up the middle, and he's got a first down and maybe a little bit more, and he will be dropped down all the way up to the 40, will mark at 7-yard line, and that will move the chains. So 2 plays, 1 first down here, 1 penalty, but just getting things organized, and it would appear that COC is going to try and get into a rhythm here. Perry out of the gun. Looking right, throws right, and that was into a little bit of coverage, and that will be marked out of bounds, but a catch. Caught by wide receiver. Jacoby Taylor from Lancaster, California. He's a local guy, but playing at College of the Canyons. Out of the pistol, running back to his right. Perry hands it off on here on second down, fighting his way all the way up and making multiple moves to get all the way down into first down into Marauder territory, deep within Marauder territory now to the 36-yard line. And J.D. Sumlin has himself his first large gain of the season. 14-11 here to go in the first quarter. Perry out of the pistol again. Hands it off. Sumlin shooting up the A gap and only gets a little bit of a gain there. They're going to mark him down with 1 yard all the way up to the 35. Second and 9 coming up. A lot of questions to be answered here for AVC as to how they're going to shape things up. And the first major challenge of the season is going to be playing against a very well-respected COC team, but an incomplete pass here from Perry. They're on second down, and that's going to put them in a third and long situation. So the first third down situation of the season for College of the Canyons. Caden Perry, just a freshman from Sierra Canyon. So welcome to college football. Out of the gun. Gets guys to jump. The flag is out, and he throws long down the left sideline and just overthrows Joshua Littleberry, who was completely wide open down that far sideline. Let's see if we can pull a... So he had him on the jump. Yep. So the penalty will be enforced. It'll be 5 yards from the mark, so what looks to be 3rd and 4 now coming up from the 30-yard line. Line to gain will be the 26. Perry gets another chance at it, but that was almost as wide open as it can get down the left sideline. He had a really good look, just overthrew the football. Looking to get the defensive line to jump again. Perry looks over at his sideline trying to check his coverage, moves his running back over. A different running back in the line at this time. It's Anthony Spearman. Hands it off to Spearman. Spearman up through the C gap, and he's going to have what marks a first down, and they're going to call the chains forward. If not, this is super close. He's got it. Well, chains will move. 1st and 10 from the Marauder 25, standing 5 yards away from the red zone. Spearman gets his first run of the season. And ABC caught off guard again. Long pass over the middle, just along the left side. And Calvin Little's jumping, trying to make a catch. And he was unable to totally reel that in. He was diving for it. So the penalty will be enforced. It'll be now 1st and 5 from the 20-yard line. So they are officially on the red zone. Perry out of the gun. Spearman up the middle, fighting for more yards, and he's just going to keep churning forward, and he might have a first down out of that, and that was pretty impressive from Spearman. Just watch him making contact, fighting for every little inch he can get, and that's just a gang tackle from ABC. So trying to figure out what the referees are calling here. Chains are now moving. That's what I thought. I thought it was a first down, but they hadn't officially moved it, but the ball was marked down at the 15-yard line. Checking back into the game is J.D. Sumlin. He'll be standing to the right of Perry. Perry out of the gun again. They have the tight end on this set. Heavy set to the left. Handles a snap. Dive up the middle. Sumlin just trying to get anything out of that. It looks like a 2-yard gain all the way up to the 13. So ABC trying to hold things down. They jumped off sides on the only 3rd down they've held COC to this afternoon. 12:05 here left in the first quarter. Out of the pistol again. Hands it off. Open running lane directly to the left side of the line. And that was just a little misdirection there. Sumlin just able to work his way through, no problem whatsoever. So 3rd down. And we'll mark 4 from the 9-yard line. ABC hoping to hold things tight here. force the kicking game of COC to put points on the board. No offsides this time. Short little pass on the inside and running into the end zone. Touchdown, Calvin Littles. And that was pretty daggum easy from that side. And we'll go ahead and watch it from the reverse. Just a beautiful pass designed. Turn back, runs right into the end zone, and that's a touchdown Cougars. So the first points on the board for the season for the Cougars. AVC's defense doing their best to try and enforce any type of resistance, but tough ask on that drive. On to kick the extra point here, Ty Morrison. Extra point is up and good. So a touchdown pass from Perry to Littles. And that will make the score 7-0, and we will see Antelope Valley College football here in a moment. And their offense will come onto the field. We're going to take a quick break. And we're back. So AVC looking to have their first possession of the season. Long booming kick all the way into the end zone, and that will be a touchback in the general area for Antelope Valley College. Was Robinson Reese, and he's on there marked as a wide receiver, so we will probably see him out on the field if he's not only taking special team snaps. So the word on the street, as they say, has been that Caden Hinton will be running out there as quarterback one for at least the beginning of the season, and he is. And Amir Bankhead, he was the main force at running back last year. Now, Marauder fans will remember he had a number of really effective runs throughout the season. First snap handled, Bankhead running to the left side looking for yards, and he's going to meet a wall of a couple Cougars there. Looks to be a gain of at least 1 yard. We'll see. No, they mark him out right there. Wow. So check that. It'll be a gain of 1, but he's marked out right there at the 26. Quick pace here for Antelope Valley. Hinton out of the gun. Puts the receiver in motion. Fakes the handoff. Goes to throw a short little pass to the right side. Robinson Reese, and he's going to be hit. And the ball is out, and we're going to see if they call a fumble, and they do call a fumble. So College of the Canyons is going to recover deep in Marauder territory, and that is not the way that you want to start a season if you are the Marauders. I'm not able to get it backed up in time, but that is not what you want to see on the first offensive drive. So one positive drive here for College of the Canyons, and the defense is back on the field. Well, check that. They're going to say the ball was marked down. It was with a massive loss, so never mind this broadcaster. Nonetheless, a long third, and we'll mark it 16. Hinton handles the snap, looking downfield, chooses to run forward. He finds an open receiver, but demolished is Kayron Bennis, who's going to have a really nice gain, and we'll see if he is able to make it up to the line. And I think they're calling him first down. If not, that would be in the area that you would even probably attempt looking for a first down. We'll watch this again. If we have time, we do not. Hinton hands it off. Bankhead dives up the middle for 2 yards now, all the way up to the 37-yard line. But a great catch and effort from Robinson Reese. And a dangerous pass over the top. Hinton intending to throw for Shamir Washington, but that was just out of his hands. Had he brought it down, he might have had a chance, but he would have been hit pretty hard. 3rd and long coming up. We'll mark it a gain of 1 for the previous run of Bankhead. 36-yard line to gain. Call it the 45. Hinton out of the gun. Time to throw. Throws to the right side, and it's a low pass. It's going to be caught and immediately marked down as Darrell Lloyd. And that's not going to get it done. We'll see if they go for it here on 4th down. For the time being, Hinton is standing there, but he's walking back towards the sideline, and we'll see the punting unit come on here for Antelope Valley College. Out to receive the punt looks like a dual team, Calvin Littles and Zion Slade. Littles wearing the number 2 jersey, Slade wearing the number 5 jersey. And punting is going to be John Henderson. Standing around his 21-yard line. The punt is up. A little shallow punt. Handled by Littles. Littles making his way to the right side. He's hit hard, and he's going to be brought down around the 46-yard line. So they'll mark him out at the 50. And now COC will be able to have their second offensive drive of the season. So one positive drive here from Caden Perry. Sumlin beside him. And there's going to be a timeout called. It looks like they didn't have enough personnel on the field there. And that's what it was. So timeout called to the Canyons. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after a few moments. And we're back after a little bit of a break there. College of the Canyons needing to check over a couple things. They had the wrong personnel out on the field, but it looks like they've got that all squared away. And we will get underway just as soon as the referees get into place. Right to left, you got Zion Slade, Calvin Littles. Just a handoff to Sumlin up the middle. And then playing receiver here on the near side is Joshua Littleberry. So just to keep that in mind on the offensive layout. See one receiver come off, and we'll go to a 4-receiver spread. Checking in will be Jacoby Taylor. He's in the slot receiver position. Dropped football, and Perry running for his life at this point, and he's going to be hit and brought down around the 45 for a massive loss of 5 yards. So a great job by the defense of AVC on 2 consecutive snaps, 1 loss of 1 and a second loss of 4. Great job here from AVC, and that was just a gang tackle. And Caden Perry just mishandled the football upon the snap, so AVC taking advantage, and at this level, even at the JUCO level, those kind of mistakes are not benefited. Here comes the attack from AVC, and just a nice dump-off pass to the right side, and Caden did a good job of trying to get away, but that's not going to be enough. We're going to see 4th down come up here for the Cougars. Gosh, rushing off the edge, and a great job on the attempted sack was R.B. Wilson, defensive end from Henderson, Nevada. Been to Henderson a couple times. Nice part of the Las Vegas area. So the punting unit is out, and out to return the punt will be Robinson Reese. He's the sole man out there. And a bad snap from the long snapper, and a great job by the defense. Can they swallow him up? And he kicks the ball, and a whole bunch of ABC Marauders trying to come and pick it up, but it is finally swallowed up by the Cougars. Way deep in their own territory. A great job by special teams. Let's watch that again. Football is out, and you just see a whole bunch of guys running for the football. And that will be a turnover on downs. ABC gifted a great opportunity here. And that is not the way that you want your special teams unit to handle the football. So Caden Hinton back into the game. He's got Bankhead to his left. 4 receiver spread here for the Marauders. Can the Marauders strike back here in the middle of the first quarter? Receiver in motion. Looking to the left side. He's immediately blitzed and throws the ball. Attempted to out of bounds. We'll see if it's an intentional grounding, but we'll see what they're going to call here. I think there was a receiver in the area, so it'll just be a second down. Or they'll mark the football down with a loss of 5. We'll see. It'll be back to the original line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10, and Caden Hinton does a good job of escaping pressure there. That was a pretty scary moment for the time being. Hinton just outside the red zone. Bankhead to his left, trips to his left as well. Hands it off. Bankhead up the middle, fighting for more yards. And he makes it all the way up to the 19-yard line. Good solid run from Bankhead. Slowing things down a little bit. Not immediately back up to the line of scrimmage. Their first drive, it seemed like they were just apprehensive to get back up to the line of scrimmage, but they've slowed things down. Trips to his right, 1 to his left. Hinton out of the gun. Bankhead chooses to run forward. He's a throwing option, and now we have Hinton towards the left side. It's an end zone touchdown. If there's no flags, touchdown Marauders. The game is close to being tied up, and that is a quick way to get back into things here. And the Marauders taking advantage of a massive screw-up on special teams from the Cougars. Let's watch this again one more time, and there goes Hinton right into the end zone. Great job by the Marauders. Now it's up to the special teams to tie things up, but that must make all Marauder fans feel really good. Coming into this game, a lot of the conversation was, well, the Cougars, we're talking top 5 team in the state year after year after year. And the Marauders say, we're here to compete for the for this game. You're not going to go by this easily. 7-7 the scoreline, 7:07 left on the clock here in the first quarter, and the Marauders going to kick the ball off here in just a moment, but we will be right back. You're watching Marauder football on SoCal College Sports coverage of the SCFA. Well, the beautiful work of the offense and special teams of the Marauders, it doesn't matter how you get it done, and they are able to take advantage of a massive screw-up here on the side of the Cougars. Returning the football with a big hole and running up the middle, and he might try to make a difference here, but he's going to be hit and brought down, and that was a great effort on the part of the Cougars. I mean, what an unbelievable run. We'll watch this back. This is just finding a hole and trying to run through it. Oh, watch this thing all the way back. I mean, what an effort. And that's Jordan Anderson, marked as a running back, and he just keeps going. And there at the last second was Gannon Guinness. He's the He's marked as a safety, and he was the last man in line, and it was going to be all the way to the end zone if he was not. So Marauders starting on their own territory. Here come the Cougars. Fakes a handoff on first down and almost throws an interception, but it's going to be picked up and caught. Oh, my goodness. What a crazy way to go about this again. Throwing on first down, and Perry just threw it right into coverage, but they got away with the first down here all the way up to the 35. So check this. I was not correct. That was not the pistol formation. They're just in standard shotgun. Little toss over to the right side, and Anthony Spearman taking his second run of the game, and it will be a gain of 4 yards all the way along the right sideline. I think he covered more distance to the right than he did downfield. Regardless, nice little run, puts him in good position for second down, second and mark 6 from the 31-yard line. We got 6:03 left here in the first quarter. Split back position here for Perry. Perry fakes a handoff to Spearman. Looking down the right side, has a wide open receiver, and it looks like College of the Canyons will be into the end zone in 2 plays. And they will. We'll go ahead and watch this one back. I mean, this is just a breakdown in coverage. All along the right side. Easily picked up. And Jordan Anderson, the guy who just had that nice little run back, able to cash in on a touchdown. We'll mark it 13-7 as the special teams come onto the field. Cougar football, known for their offense year after year after year. There they go. 14-7 is the scoreline. We're still in the first quarter here. And AVC looking to respond back. We'll take a break for just a few moments, and we'll be right back. Well, COC making quick work of that last possession. So the first and third possession end up in touchdowns, and that was all thank you to Jordan Anderson, who did all what seemed like all of the work there. A long return by means all the way up to the 50-yard line, and then the touchdown pass. That only took him 1 minute to get there. Turning the football, Robinson Reese from the near side. Finds a hole along the near side of the line, and he's going to try and work his way all the way up, and he does to the 45. AVC watches as Jordan Anderson for the Cougars makes his way up to the 50. And Robinson Reese looks at that and goes, I can do that too. Nice return all the way from the 5-yard line to the 45, marking a 40-yard return. And Antelope Valley set to get things going here. This will be their third drive as well. Hinton hands off the football. Bankhead, we'll see if he was able to get one. He's just trying to shoot over to the right side, but near side kind of yielded a lot of nothing, and maybe a half yard of a gain there. That referee will mark it a half yard, but on the board, it will say 2nd and 10. Hinton out of the gun. Ooh, throws into dangerous coverage, and that was almost picked off. Scary moment there as Josh Doyle, the defensive back, just comes right over, and you can see his hands were on it. He was pretty upset with himself. It was intended for Robert James on the right side, but Hinton with a designed pass that was structured to that side. Not able to give it off the right way. Throws here on third down, trying to make a move is Darrell Lloyd, and Lloyd's going to be hit and swamped up. He'll be dropped backwards, but the line of gain will be all the way up to the 49-yard line of the Cougars. And we will see if special teams decides to come out, and coach for right now is going to call him out. Great starting position, but not really able to move the football at all here on the third drive. We'll see a one-man element out there to receive the punt. Calvin Littles here for the Cougars. John Henderson out to punt for the Marauders. A low snap, and now the Marauders with long snapping problems. Henderson, right side, and there's a flag out, so we'll see. But he is tackled from behind, but does a good job of trying to prevent the football from going any farther backward. That is a nightmare scenario for the Marauders, and generally on these kind of things, flags out of the pocket of referees generally mean something on the team in possession of the football, and they're going to call the flag off. So the Cougars will get possession of the football at the 36-yard line. That's where it's going to be marked down. Not quite on the doorstep, but definitely within the area. Caden Perry, another opportunity to put another touchdown under his belt here in his first start for the Cougars. 4:20 on the clock here. 7-14 the score in the first quarter. Heavy line, 21 personnel here for the Cougars. Throwing long here on first down and in the way and not able to make any type of attempt at the football. Ashton Thomas was the intended, or check that, Joshua Littleberry was the intended receiver, but well overthrown by Caden Perry. Didn't really want to give them a good opportunity at the football there. Good job by the Marauder defensive back core and safety core to keep the sole receiver who came out under lock. So out of 21 personnel, back into a normal, more traditional looking offense for this level of football, and a running play directly into the defensive line, and third down and long coming up here. So you'll see a 2-by-2 wide receiver spread here for the Cougars. Perry out of the gun. Looking to throw here on third down and long. Drifting towards the right side. Throws a bullet of a pass through triple coverage. And Calvin Littles was able to come up with it, and that's a first down for the Cougars. Perry delivering on time and tough coverage. Let's see this from the backside. I mean, that's just a tight window as tight windows come. There we go. 1st and 10. Tight coverage, and that's going to be a good job on the defensive line of the Marauders to stop the running game of J.D. Sumlin. Four receivers out here. Check that one tight end in. Two to his left, one to his right. Perry out of the gun. Design throw to the left side. That's going to be Littles working his way along the left side, and he's going to be hit out of bounds hard, but looks to be just shy of the first down marker all the way up to the 12-yard line. Cougars definitely in 4-down territory at this point. Third down coming up. It'll be a 3rd and 1. Heavy offensive line here for the Cougars. Hands it off. Trying to dive forward for the first down. They'll have it. was Sumlin. So he'll check out of the game. Anthony Spearman now in the game, and they'll still have that heavy offensive line. 2 receivers out here. Perry out of the gun. Perry hands it off to Spearman. Spearman looking for an open hole on the right side, and he's going to be swallowed up by a couple Marauders, but he's looking for a gain of what looks to be 3, make it 4 yards. So does his job. Call it 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. 1:26 ticking down on the clock here in the first quarter. Out of the gun. Spearman taking the run to the left side, and he's going to be hit and brought down by a couple of Marauders, and that's going to be a run to nowhere. We'll see if they mark him with a gain. No gain whatsoever, and call that Doran Mitchell, the linebacker, coming in and making a hard tackle. What a great job to swallow up Spearman. 57 seconds here on the clock on the first down. Can the Marauders get a hold here on 3rd? Perry out of the gun, gets him to jump off sides. The flag is out, though. Be having free play here. Over the inside of the middle of the end zone, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Well, that'll be right all the way down to the 1-yard line, and another 3rd down opportunity here for the Cougars. 46 seconds here left to go in the first quarter. Changing in personnel. Spearman still on the field here for the Cougars, but we might see a split back situation, as I believe I see another running back here on the field for the Cougars. Split back. We're going full load the center, and they're going to try and drive this thing in the last couple minutes here. We're going to see a timeout from the Cougars just to talk it over on offense. Back out on the field was Damon Banks for the Cougars. And we'll keep it right here as we watch the first quarter tick away. But we're in a timeout for now, but we'll keep it right here. To kind of talk about the optics of this. Now, the Cougars are looking to put another touchdown on the board. They'll put them 2 scores up on the Marauders here in the first quarter. And this has been a very, very, very high-intensity first quarter here for the Marauders, and they're putting everything they got out there. Now, the Cougars looking to make things interesting, knowing their style of trying to score and score and score, and being known for that very well, at least in the 3C2A. This would just kind of be a statement on their end. We'll see what they choose to do. It looks like they're going to keep the same personnel out on the field, and it's going to be a direct snap. They got, I think, the biggest man on their roster leading the charge here, and that's going to be Spearman into the end zone. And leading the charge was number 99, Jaquarian Ladson, defensive lineman. And that'll be another easy 6 points. For the Cougars. Extra point up and good. So 7-21, and we're not even done with the first quarter. 42-7 left on the clock here. The Marauders needing to answer back. We'll return with more Marauders football here in just a moment. The Cougars able to drive all the way down the field one more time. So it's 21-7 is the scoreline at this point. And the Marauders looking to answer back. Kick over to the left side. Reese Fielding it from his own end zone, coming along the near side. He's going to shoot for a hole along the left side. He makes it up to the 25, and he's going to be hit and brought down. A good return here for the Marauders. Another nice return from Reese. I have a feeling he's going to be taking a lot of their returns this season. He's done a very good job thus far. Already has one for 40 yards tonight. Well, if you're not from the Lancaster area, or at least the Southern California area, and you're tuning into this broadcast, I have to say we have had kind of all of the seasons in one day here in Southern California, which is very, very odd. Hinton out of the pistol. Bankhead working his way up, able to get about 2 yards. It's been 101 degrees today, all the way up to 107 from where my house is. Then we had clouds kind of roll through, and then a lot more clouds roll through, and then it was raining right before game time. And our on-field camera operator, Seth, was getting concerned he might actually need to cover up his camera. But those clouds have since passed, and I think we have clear skies all around. And we will have the summer night in the Lancaster area kind of fall upon us here in the Mojave Desert. First quarter will run out, and we will take a quick break as we change sides on the field. You're watching SoCal College Sports of the 3C2A. And we'll be back in just a minute.
We started the Community Athletic Project back in 2018, and it was a way for us to give back to the community, the young people of the community.
So what you're just watching there is a little bit of the video for the AVC Golf Tournament that they host every single year, a fundraiser for AVC Athletics and the great facilities that they have here. Another nice gain for here from Bankhead as he dives up the middle. And we are getting back underway here in the end of the first half, well, what we'll call is the second quarter, not the first half. We are a quarter of the way through here in Antelope Valley, Lancaster. Hinton out of the gun, looking to throw here on third down, 3rd and 5. He tries to dump the pass off to Bankhead, and he knows it. You can tell he knows it. And he was unhappy with how that ended up. It'll be 4th and now 5, and or 4th and 6, we'll call it, and there's no way that he's going to be happy with that result. Well, 4th and 5, check that. 14:24 here to go, and COC will get the football again. And now, at the end of the day, it's the amount of minutes that your defense spends on the field is what's going to kind of constitute how well that defense is going to play. And, only a matter of time will tell, but this is going to be what I would call is a majority of the football game so far for the defense out on the field for AVC, and that's no position that you want to be yourself. Henderson doing a good way to get the football off. This will be fielded and easily brought down. A great job on special teams here from Calvin Little. Henderson, great job punting the football away with the low snap, and we will get things going here for the now 5th drive of College of the Canyons football in this game. Drive number 1, touchdown. Second drive stalled and then turned into a scoring opportunity. Third drive was a touchdown. 4th drive was a touchdown. And now we are on our 5th drive here for Caden Perry and company. We'll see a different running back check in on this drive. It'll be Samaj Freeman. Freeman standing to his right side. Perry trips to his right. We'll see if it's a quarterback keeper. No. Hands it off to Freeman. Freeman working his way all the way up the left side, and he'll have a gain of 2 yards along the left side there. Going towards his own sideline. Under 14 minutes here in this first half remaining. Perry will be out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his left and 2 to his right this time. Freeman will be the running back, choosing to throw here on second down. He finds a wide open receiver on a cutback route. That'll be a first down and more, all the way down to the Marauder 43-yard line. Defense in a tough position here. Handoff here on first down and driving his way forward is Jake Torres. Of his first run of the game, and he's got a nice gain there on first down, gain of 8 yards down to the 35 of the Marauders. 2nd and 2 coming up here. Checking back into Samaj Freeman. 12:50 on the clock here. Freeman with the carry. He's going to be stopped. We'll call it just shy, at least from my vantage point. Now, I'm standing right above roughly where the first down marker is, and they're going to say hold it off. That's now going to be third. We'll call 3rd and 1. Definitely 4-down territory here for the Cougars. That was a really good job. Kind of getting the hole filled there and making a solid tackle in open space. Quarterback keeper this time, Perry, shoots his way up, and he has room to run, and he's going to bring it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's going to be a solid run here for the Cougars. He'll be marked down, which I thought was the 5, but they'll call it the 7. Cougars now on the doorstep once again. Heavy set back out on the field. 21 personnel. Perry hands it off. Freeman working his way towards the near sideline, and there's going to be a flag out on the field, and that came in a little bit late. I'd be interested to see how that one organizes itself. We'll see what the flag's all about. And based on the reactions of the players, this one might be coming back a little bit here. And I think that might be a hold called on the offensive line, and it is. It's going to back it up 10 yards from the line of the foul. So mark this all the way back, and this is actually a huge break here for Marauders, who are basically backed up into their own end zone at this point. Down 2. Now we'll call the 17-yard line. Perry. Nobody totally offside, but that was definitely what was going to happen. Long pass over to the near sideline into the corner of the end zone. Tavius Jenkins was the intended receiver. That was just thrown through his hands, and Perry throwing a bullet. Take off the flag. We got now 2nd. We'll call 17 coming up here. Second and goal from the 17-yard line. Two receivers spread on each side. Perry, time to throw. Throwing towards the edge of the edge zone, and no good. Intended for Zion Slade, but again, Slade not really able to get there in time, and I don't know if Perry was just unable to get the pass off with the proper timing to his receiver or what the issue was there, but we're going to see a different personnel kind of walk in here, and, oh, check that, it's 4th down. So, special teams unit out onto the field here for the Cougars. Ty Morrison attempting what will be a 24-yard field goal. Check that. 34-yard field goal. Kick is up and no good. No good, just to the left. We'll watch this back in slow-mo. That'll just be left of the upright there. And that was no good. So the Marauders will take over on the 24-yard line here for COC, or for their own 24-yard line. Check that, 20. And we will see Hinton and company back out on the field, trying to fix things up here and make a little bit of an effort to get back into this football game. Bankhead takes the carry on first down. He's going to dive forward and keep diving forward. And wow, that was a great effort from Bankhead, trying to fight for every yard he could, and he gets a nice gain of 5 yards. And that, boy, a rush of 5 yards doesn't sound impressive until you watch the way that he got those 5 yards. That was all legs, and he was just pushing that pile forward. Offensive line helping as well. But Bankhead was just, man, through that hole, and you could hear the clack of the pads from here. Receiver in motion. Hinton hands it off. Running the football to James Brown. He finds his way up through a hole, and that's a good first down for Brown. And we'll come back and watch this one. No flags on the field, and we'll call first down here for the Marauders. He just does a great job of cutting inside, poking his way through the coverage. And we're going to say, oh, there is a flag out on the field, and I think I know what the flag is going to be for. It's going to be a late hit on Brown. 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the spot, or check that, from the end of the play. Yeah, I'll be for landing on top of the guy afterwards. That's a tough penalty to call there. Quarterback keeper and Hinton, nowhere to go. It's going to be a loss of, we'll call 5 immediately. So not the way that you want to respond to that kind of play. Immediately backed up into their own territory. 10:03 remaining here in the first half. Marauders putting together a little bit of a drive here, but they can't let the momentum stall in moments like this. You just got a nice game plus aided from the penalty with an opportunity to put points on the board here in the second quarter. Hinton out of the gun. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Looking to throw here. Second down and a good opportunity. Fighting his way back up towards the original line of scrimmage. He's not going to quite get there. It'll be 4 yards to the gain. So he'll be on the 49-yard line. 3rd and 11 coming up here is what we'll call it. But that was a good job by Bankhead, just trying to fight for any yardage he can. College of the Canyons thinking they came up with a fumbled football, but Bankhead was marked down almost immediately from the referees. Trips to his left, 1 to his right. Bankhead still out on the field. Hinton out of the gun here. Hoping to convert here on a 3rd and long. Throwing here on 3rd and throws right into Cougar coverage, and that's going to be intercepted. Tackled from behind. And making the interception is going to be Jeremiah Cox, defensive back, who's just back out in coverage. That's a tough one to watch if you're a Marauders fan here. And I don't know if there was somebody supposed to be in the field. Well, yeah, intended. So that was intended for Tajin Brown, but that was just absolutely not the read that you want from the quarterback throwing directly up the middle, and that right up the gut was completely covered. He threw almost into what looked like triple coverage. And it's hard to kind of gauge sometimes at least the depth of where the defensive backs are, but they had that design perfect. He just threw right into the danger zone there. So we'll see potentially a total change-up in personnel here for the Cougars as the score is 21-7. But a flag immediately out for encroachment here for the Marauders. But Cam Fouts is the quarterback now in for the Cougars. Beside him will be Ja'Kai Torres. Trips to his left, one to his right. Fouts out of the gun, throwing and batted down at the line. Great job by the big man from the Marauders. Nose tackle. Well, they call him defensive tackle, but Aaron Murdoch. Great job defensively to have his hands up. 2nd and 5 here with 8:41 to go. Fouts fakes the handoff, looking to throw here on 2nd down, throws the football onto the ground, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Intended for Slade, but just was not able to get enough air under the football. Real question is, will we be able to see Ty Morrison attempt a longer field goal at this point? He just missed a 34-yarder. This would definitely be out of his range, and we'll have a flag out for encroachment once again. And that might gift the Cougars a first down, and it will. So it'll be 1st and 10, 8:37 here left on the clock. And Fouts will be gifted another 4 opportunities here to throw the football if he can. On the 29-yard line of the Marauders. Fouts out of the gun. Trips to his left, chooses to hand it off. And Torres works his way roughly up the middle. Small gain of 2 yards up to the 27. Clock will continue to run down. Marauder defense doing a spectacular job tonight of just trying to prevent small gains turning into large gains. It's been a number of large plays that have really plagued the situations here, but a lot of positives here from this game. Small positives you can look at. Fouts, quarterback keeper all the way up. He's going to get up to the 23-yard line. Line again will be the 19. We have 3rd and 4 coming up. Fouts out of the gun. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right, and almost gets the Marauders to jump off sides again. And there's something about the timing of his snap that is bothering the defensive line of the Marauders. The Marauders sending 2 forward, and they almost had it. And a first down will be gained by Torres. And Ja'Kai Torres just kind of faking out the defensive line. But they had the numbers, 3 up front and then 2 on the edge. And the 2 on the edge decided to rush in. But there was really no way to contain it once the offensive line shifted and allowed Torres to run through. 1st and 10 now from the 15-yard line. Line to gain will be the 5. 7:01 on the clock, and the clock is ticking down. New running back Freeman is checked back in. Trips to his left. Fouts. Tosses it over to Freeman. Freeman working his way towards the outside. And Freeman will be down to the 10-yard line, gain of 5, but there's a flag, 2 flags out of the field, actually. We'll see how the laundry is sorted out here. For now, 6:41 on the clock, and it will be marked down at the 5, but we'll see what is called. So penalty against the Marauders. It's a 5-yard penalty regardless. Jumping off sides again, and intercepted! Intercepted pass! Fouts was not able to get it laced in, and it was Dejon Sanders able to intercept the football, and that's a quick turnaround of events here. Not expected here at all if you're on the Cougar side of the football. Let's watch that again. And the Marauders coming up with a big stop here, 6:26 left on the clock. Handoff, left side, and a tough run here from Amir Bankhead. And he's finally, I think, getting into the groove, a little bit warmed up out there. Nice gain of 7 yards off of that, all the way up to the 17-yard line. Bankhead, run left side again, coming near side, and he's going to have the first down and more. Runs out of bounds, is able to escape the tackles. Bankhead in a groove, and on another first down here for the Marauders. They move the sticks up all the way up to what would be the 28-yard line. Hinton out of the pistol, hands it off again. If it works the second time, it's going to work the third time, and a good job by Bankhead. Another 4-yard gain up to the 32, and the Marauders are moving the football with some sort of pace now. It seems like that interception might have given them a little bit of motivation here to get that football moving. Defense doing a great job. It was the small victories that we were talking about a little bit earlier here in the second quarter, and that's what it is, just one guy making a great play somewhere to prevent a big play from happening, and the Cougars not able to not able to adapt to that with the quarterback change. We'll see which personnel comes out, but there was a whistle, and I'm not sure what's going on, so there's a flag. Okay, flag out on the ground. What just happened? And it's going to be called a delay of game from the Whitecap, but head coach Ron Ponciano was pretty upset about that. He was extremely upset. And we will see how this lines up. So there was a flag for delay of game. The football has not moved backwards, so I'm not sure if it's been waved off or what just happened, but the football still remains on the 28-yard line. It'll be first down. And I think the referee here on the near sideline was able to correct it. The coach was correct. That wasn't really a delay of game. The referee hadn't even started the game clock. So timeout is called. That gives us a chance to kind of collect our thoughts here. 5:39 on the clock, so a lot of time has actually elapsed between the Marauders taking over the football. It's been about a minute 30 seconds. But they've been able to push the football from the 10-yard line all the way up to the 28 and have an opportunity to continue pushing it. And that was an amazing 3 runs from Bankhead, one right after the other. And it seemed like there was really no answer for him on the defensive side of the football. Every time you time out, you do run the risk of allowing the other team to kind of talk about it and figure out what's going on. But nonetheless, Marauders with the timeout on the field. It looks like we'll get back into the swing of things. 7-21, 5:39 here on the clock. And if you are just joining us, this game has been a lot of back and forth, and the scoreline doesn't totally tell the whole story. Hinton throwing here on second down and able to make it up to the line of scrimmage, but no farther is Darrell Lloyd. 2nd and 10 coming up here from the 28. And let's not forget the interception by Dejon Sanders. Completely saving the Marauders from another 7 points on the board, and quarterback Fouts from the Cougars was just throwing directly into the defensive back. I mean, what a great job from the Marauders to design that, to make sure that there was no escape. Flag out on the field, probably going to be called a hold. That's where it's in the area. And incomplete pass regardless. So third down or second down coming up, but it'll be from the 18-yard line if it is going to be a replay of the second down. It's often talked about how penalties early on in the season are what really prevents teams from moving forward, and it's about working through those things. So I would be interested to find out, and I will be able to get the numbers to you guys after the first half is over on how many penalty yards the Marauders have, because that is definitely playing a factor here in how they're able to play this football game. Well, like I said, from the 18-yard line, it'll be second and 20 coming up here. Hinton and Bankhead. Side by side, Hinton out of the gun. He'll have four receivers out. Out of the gun. Chooses to keep it here on second down, and that I don't think that's what the Cougars were thinking was going to happen. And he gets a nice little run out of that, 6 yards all the way up to the 24-yard line. So we'll have third down, and we'll call it 14 to go. The danger before the previous play was ran would be that your punter is going to be kicking from his own end zone, and there's been a couple issues early on tonight with the long snapping game. Hinton out of the gun. Quarterback keeper again. He's going to shovel pass it forward to Bankhead. Bankhead fighting for yards, and he's going to be down, and it looks like a first down. We'll see what they call. The judge directly in front of head coach is going to be calling it, and it's a first down. Marauders able to make it all the way back up from the 18-yard line. Move the chains here in Antelope Valley. 4:09 on the clock here left in the first half, and this will now become a game against the clock. The Marauders looking to drive 62 yards with the clock running. 3:57 on the clock. Offensive trying to sort out their personnel. Out of the pistol once again. Bankhead takes the run up the middle, and he's going to be driving forward with his head down. And a tough run all the way up to the 43-yard line. Second down and 5 coming up, a good 5 yards. And that's a couple of those 5-yard runs that Bankhead has been able to put in tonight. Great job. They'll be going out of the pistol again, turns around. Hinton hands it to Bankhead again. Bankhead looking to go the same way, another 5 yards. He's not going to get it, and there's a flag down on the field. So we'll see what they choose to call now. So we'll have to sort out what the flag is. Nobody conceding or moving at all, and they're going to say chop block. Against the Cougars. Or no, it's a hit below the knees. Intentional hit below the knees, not chop block. Trying to get the signals all sorted out, and that's going to be a huge benefit for the Marauders. With 3:28 on the clock, we'll have 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line of the Cougars. So 40 yards standing between the Marauders and 6 points, and a pass into double coverage again, and this one's going to be picked off. Ill-advised and working their way through and into their own territory, and that kind of changes the whole storyline here, and Samaj Williams comes up with another interception. So the Cougars taking back over. And that one's going to hurt when you go and replay the footage there. A tough break for the Marauders. They were driving for so long, and the running game to Sanders, check that, to Bankhead was working very well. We'll see Perry check back into the game at quarterback here for the Cougars, and they hand the football off. And Samaj Freeman Check that, Damon Banks. Will carry the football for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up. Line of game will be the 48. Heavy offensive line to the left, one to the right, and they'll choose to hand it off again. Freeman cuts back inside, trying to go towards the middle. He's going to be bumped once on the shoulder checked, and brought down finally at the 46-yard line. Mark that 47. It's going to be 1 yard shy of the first. 2:27 ticking down. Marauders need to hold fast or not hold at all at this point. Anything to keep extra points on the board before going into the locker room. This is kind of crucial here for the second half of the football game. Heavy offensive line again. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff again. And that's going to be a first down carried by J.D. Sumlin. So he's checked back in the game, able to get another run in there, and he's been carrying the football for a majority of the snaps tonight. To the 48 of the Marauders. Under 2 minutes to play here. 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining. 7-27 the score line for now. Sumlin running towards the near side. He's going to be hit and brought down by a couple Marauders. They'll mark it a gain of 4 all the way down to the 44-yard line. 136. I would estimate where the Cougars are comfortable is around the 20-yard line to kick a field goal. Otherwise, I think it might be 4 down territory, especially here. Two by two spread here. Perry out of the gun looking to throw here. He's getting blitzed, and he's going to be hit and brought down. And he does his best to throw the football up, but he's going to be hit and down with contact. And a timeout is going to be called by the Cougars as they run out of time. And that was a great job rushing off the edge. And that's Jalen Williams coming up huge with a sack. I don't think Perry even saw him coming in. So 1:08 on the clock here, and we will be at halftime. That is a long 1 minute. If you are a football fan, you know that a lot of things can happen in 1 minute. The ball currently on the 48-yard line of the Cougars. 4 yards away from their original line of scrimmage. 3rd and now long coming up here, and the Marauders defense with a huge ask. Stop the Cougars from getting a first down. 2 by 2 receiver spread here. Perry most likely going to be throwing. It's going to be a design screen, and that's going to be to nowhere. Joshua Littleberry catches the football, but he's all the way up to the 49-yard line, and that is not going to be enough. We'll see which unit comes out, and it's most likely the punting unit because I don't think that College of the Canyons has a 60-yard field goal in their arsenal from Ty Morrison. Not many kickers do, so that's okay. And Morrison will be out to punt. Out to return that punt will be Robinson Reese here from the Marauders. He'll be the sole man back there. 21 seconds remaining, and all you have to do is really hold on to the football and don't fumble. And a delay of game to make it a 5-yard penalty to give them a little bit more room so they don't get a touchback. I don't know if that was the intended plan here. They might have thought it was a little bit close. Punt is clean and up and away, and Reese calling for a fair catch immediately. And he does around the 10-yard line. That's where they'll mark him down. 15.3 seconds left to play on the clock here, and we'll be into halftime. But the Marauders doing a great job to get away there. No points on the board in the back half of the second quarter. Seven to 21 the score, but that's heads held high walking into the locker room here. You should be pretty happy about what has just conspired here in the back half of the second quarter, like I said. Hinton out of the pistol. Heavy set offensive line, hands it off to Bankhead, and Bankhead rushing through, and there's going to be a group of Cougars kind of pushing through. And I don't know if the offensive line just evolved and broke down there, but they just kind of let them through, and they tackled Bankhead. So that's going to do it for our coverage of the first half of this football game. AVC chasing 14 points here at the end of the second quarter. 7 to 21 the score. We'll return after a few moments to cover halftime, but for now, we're just going to take a little bit of a break. Hope you're enjoying watching SCFA football coverage Week 1, College of the Canyons, here at Antelope Valley. are back for the second half of football here in Antelope Valley. And I hope everybody's having a pleasant afternoon, night. And we're excited to get things going here in the second half. Antelope Valley to receive. They won the coin toss. And they'll take the football here in the third quarter after a couple crucial stops there at the end of the second. Puts them in an opportunity to get some points back on the board and make this game a little bit closer here. All kinds of conversations and talks in the locker room. We'll see if it all pays off. I know one of the men to receive the kick will be Robinson Reese. Trying to get a check for who else will be at. Looks like Bankhead. Bankhead on the near side, Reese on the left side. And set to kick things off here are the Cougars, and we are underway in the third quarter, and we will get things going. Reese fields it from his own end zone, taking it far side, cuts back inside, and he's going to be going towards the hash. Hands up by the face mask. We'll see if there's a penalty marker down, but no penalty marker called. Definitely in the area. 20-yard return here for Reese. And we will see the Marauder offense out onto the field. 14:52 left to go on the clock here. Hinton and company back out on the field. He'll have trips to his right, one to his left. Of course, Amir Bankhead to his right. Handles snap, shotgun, Bankhead up the middle on the first play, and he's going to be hit for a loss of half a yard. Cougars all over that. So one of the stats that we brought up right before halftime was how many penalty yards, and it's not a big number from the Marauders. It's what the number represents. It's going to be 6 penalties for 22 yards, and Hinton fighting his way all the way up the middle, and he's going to have a nice quarterback run all the way up to the 29. It'll be third and very short coming up here, and the Marauders quickly trying to get set back up. Reese was out of position. They'll go 4 receivers on the right side, empty set to the left. Hinton hands it off Bankhead. Bankhead delayed, and he was going to be hit and brought down. 2-yard loss on the play. And that's not the way you want to go after a nice surprise play from Hinton there. It looks like the Marauders kind of rushed that out, and we'll see. Yep, it'll be the kicking element back out on the field. John Henderson to punt things away. So the first possession here for the Marauders. Not the way they wanted to go. Zion Slade will be out to return on the near side. Punt is up. Slade fields it, moving left to right, or right to left more so. Out towards the far side. He's going to get spun around, but he's going to stay on his feet, churning forward, and he is out of bounds. All the way down to the 31 is what they mark it as. Check that 35. And that was just a powerful run from the Cougars. So 1st and 10 from the 35, and this is exactly how you want to start the game if you're the Cougars, at least to the second half. Caden Perry out on the field, and the defense of the Marauders back out on the field as well. Perry out of the gun, hands it off here on first down, and driving forward and with a long run is Damon Banks. We'll have a first down, 12-yard run here on first down. Moving the chains down to the 23-yard line. 13:03 on the clock here, and this has the potential of turning into a Cougar score very quickly in the third quarter, not the way that the Marauders wanted to deal with things. A timeout will be called, and we're going to take a break ourselves. 13:03 left on the clock here in the third quarter, 21-7. Cougars driving in AVC territory. Well, and here we go. Back into it on the field, dealing with some cramping issues is Doran Mitchell, and he's had to come out for the obligatory single play. We'll see how that works itself out. A running play up the gut, but going nowhere. It was Damon Banks. So one positive run for 12 yards, and that looks like a loss coming up here. So defense holding fast for now. 2nd and 11 coming up here for the Cougars. Perry throwing here on 2nd down, and a nice catch and grab all the way to the near side. 2 yards to go. It was Tim Sauerland. They're on the outside, I believe. No, 81. Hard to see these numbers now that the night has set in. Jacoby Taylor, who's on the outside, with the sole catch. Hard run from the inside, and that's going to be Damon Banks all the way into the end zone, and he bounces off a couple tackles. And that was pretty easy money. (27-7) is the score. 11:42 remaining here in the third quarter. Cougars trying to get their whole special teams unit out onto the field. Up and good. 28-7. 11:42. And the Marauders looking to respond here in the third quarter. How do you turn this around? Well, Mount San Jacinto will be here next week. That broadcast will be at 6 p.m. That's next week. And then the following week at Victor Valley. We will not be covering that game. And then Pasadena will be back here on September 24th. And that would, I believe, the last game of non-conference play would be at Citrus, and that's October 1st, and then we'll get into conference play. High kick to the left side into the end zone. Reese says, no thanks, I don't want to return this one. And we will see the Marauders out with the football to their own 25-yard line, and we'll get 1st and 10 set up here. 11:42 on the clock with the third quarter. And the Marauders will have their second possession of the quarter. And then it goes LA Valley, Santa Monica, Santa Barbara, and LA Pierce. And the last game of the season will be at Moore Park College, my old alma mater. Familiar with that team, who, as of last year or the year previous, was brought down to the Pacific Conference as well, out of the North. Certainly some challenges along the way, but none greater than COC up until this point. Incomplete pass along the right side. Hinton rolling out, trying to do something. 2nd and 10 from the 25, and it's all about just trying to have good possessions at this point. No more throwing the ball into double coverage. You know, checking the small things. College of the Canyons isn't going to give you much. And, you know, it's making small victories where you can to allow yourself the opportunity. Hinton handles a high snap, throws it over towards the right side. Robert James trying to find some space, and he does, and he has a nice gain, but he's finally thrown down. Well, they'll call him down after a gain of 3, but that was a hard-fought 3 yards. I certainly thought he had 4. Two to his left, 2 to his right. Hinton out of the gun. Quarterback keeper rushes up the middle. He's going to have a first down. Little toss pass to Bankhead. Bankhead up the middle, fighting through a series of Cougars. And he's going to be able to get up to 2 yards out of that. That play devolved real quickly, and Hinton was just lucky to get it off as he was off to the far sideline. Hinton out of the gun again. Fakes a handoff, rolling out towards the near side, passes off to Lloyd. Lloyd just hit immediately, and that's going to be a loss of yards. We'll see if he made it back up to the line of scrimmage, but I think he was just shy. And they're going to mark him back to the line of scrimmage, but just a dangerous all-around pass there. 3rd and now 8 from their own 38-yard line. Trips to his right, 1 to his left. Hinton out of the gun, time to throw, dumps it off, and out of the hands of Bankhead. He was not going to be able to catch that football. Punting unit back out on the field here for the Marauders. .9:28 left to go here in the third quarter. There's 2 out to return the football here for the Cougars. Good punt. High one up and away. Bounces around the 35-yard line, and they're going to let it roll, and it takes an AVC roll all the way down to the 20. We'll mark it 7. Good punt by John Henderson. Kid Imperi out on the field. Trips to his left, 1 to his right. We'll see who's in at running back, and they choose to hand it off here on first down. Running towards the near side is Samaj Freeman. He's going to make it all the way up to roughly the 40. We'll call it at the, check that, 35-yard line. Clock continues to run. Trips left, one right. Puri throwing into double coverage and almost intercepted, and that was right into the hands of Gannon Guinness, and he's going to want that one back. Oh, he's going to want that one back bad. Right into his hands. Third down and short coming up here. Big play here for the Cougars. This, of course, backs them up into their own territory if they're going to have to punt this. Puri, time to throw, lots of time rolling out towards the left side, throwing towards, oh man, he had Calvin Littles wide open on the flat there. And that was just too easy. Able to convert first down here for the Cougars, and a third down stop avoided. Marauders defense understandably probably a little tired at this point of the game, even though it's just the beginning of the third quarter. Well, we're about midway through at this time, 8 minutes, 17 seconds. Trips to his right, one to his left. Puri has his running back, fakes the toss, and he comes back inside, and he's going to be swallowed up. Only a gain of 4, but he was hit a couple times pretty good by the Marauders defense. Now this time a toss towards the right side. Run by Samaj Freeman. And you can see what they're doing with their run game. They're just trying to design it to either side and find the holes and kind of poke and prod without doing too much risk. And I wouldn't be surprised if Puri goes to throw the football here in a designed throw play. You saw the bubble screen already designed once tonight, but it didn't work out. The AVC defense well on top of it. Hands it off again. Freeman up the right side. And he will have the first down. Trips left, one right. Puri out of the gun. Lots of time to throw, and he hits his receiver, and it's an incomplete pass. And a great job on defense from the defensive back core. But Gannon Guinness, again, who almost had that interception last time, and we're going to see if we can watch this again. Puri with all kinds of time to throw, but Calvin Littles absolutely crushed when he caught the football. So second down and 10 coming up here. Like I said, it was a design throw play. They knew exactly where they wanted to throw the football. It was quick along the slot receiver there. Hands it off here on second down, and a nice little gain of 3 yards. Jakai Torres had a touchdown earlier this afternoon. .6:15 ticking down. Fakes a handoff, and Puri trying to do some trickery of his own, only able to get 2 yards out of it. He's up to the 45 of the Marauders, and that's going to be a stalled offensive drive here. 4th down and 5. We'll see which team they keep out on the field, and for now, it is the offense of the Cougars, and that's going to change up quickly. Here comes the punting unit, ran by Ty Morrison. Flags out. False start. So will be a little bit of a delay there. Not going to change things too much, however. Does back the football up to the 50, which in turn would move Reese up another 5 yards. He's staying around, hovering around his 15. Morrison's punts have been all right tonight. This one's no exception. Backed all the way up to his 5. No choice but to return it, but Reese had nowhere to go, and he's going to be tackled around the 8-yard line. And that's where the Marauders will start their next drive. And we have one player slow to get up here for the Marauders. He is up and off and walking out, so that is good. .458 here left in the third quarter. 7-28 is the scoreline. ABC obviously well behind in the pistol formation, moving their big men around, trying to just get any advantage they can on the run game. Bankhead will carry the football. Maybe a yard on that play. Line of scrimmage is at the 8-yard line, both referees standing at the 8-yard line, so we will call it no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 coming up here. It seems like every time ABC has gone to throw the football tonight, it's been roughly well covered, and it's been a tough night for Hinton. Bankhead towards the right side. He's able to escape one tackle, and he's going to have another one tackler at his feet. We'll see if he gets a yard. Four minutes and 20 seconds ticking down here in the third quarter. So 3rd and now 9. Hinton out of the gun, no time to throw, dumps it off and makes the catch is Bankhead, who's able to fight his way up to the 9-yard line. Enough to make it 4th and 5, but not enough to really make a difference here. Check that, it'll be 4th and 4, but punting unit back out on the field. John Henderson going to do his best to give the defense every chance that they have. He is standing on his goal line, so no room for error from the long snapper tonight, or at least at this time. Punt blocked, back of the end zone, and that is what you would call as a safety. And so 2 points on the board here for College of the Canyons. And that is not how you want that to go. Needless to say, he needed to get the punt off quickly. However, it looked like College of the Canyons dialed up their heaviest rush they could get. I mean, that was the absolute prevent the ball from moving anywhere farther than where it was in his hands at the goal line, and that's the most dangerous position you can be in as a punter or a kicker. So College of the Canyons will be forced to kick off the football again from their own 20-yard line. And if you're not familiar with how this works, you get to punt the football . from your own 15 up to the 20. So line of scrimmage starts at the 20. Kick is up, fielded around the 30-yard line, and being brought all the way back and finding a hole and punching through with nobody in front of him and making a great attempt is the kicker, John Henderson. That was Jordan Anderson on the return there. All the way down to the Marauder 30-yard line. 3:07 here left to go in the third quarter. Peary still in as quarterback. Hands it off, and Anderson was the running back to bring it back this time. Clock will continue to wind down here in the third quarter. Football on the 27. Anderson stays in as running back. Peary keeps it himself, running left side, and he's going to continue to run all the way up to the 15. We'll see if they mark him down. It looked like the 14 is where he was spotted down. We're going to have a timeout called. So a brief, scary couple moments here. And I am never going to assume what happened, but R.B. Wilson is the player who went down, number 44 for the Marauders. But he was able to be picked up, and he was standing and then moved off on a cart. So medical personnel have him under their control and safety, and the action will continue. So 2 minutes and 16 seconds ticking down now, and the Cougars still pressing forward, trying to get to the end zone. Deep within the red zone now. Trips receivers to the left, one to the right. Puri looking left side, throwing deep into the end zone and out of space. Intended receiver was Giovanni Makic from Covington, Georgia. Eastside High School. Incomplete pass, leaves it at 1:48 on the clock now. Three receivers to his left, one to his right. Puri again. Quarterback keeper shoots up the middle. He's going to have the first down and maybe more. We'll see. He does, down to the 4, make it 3-yard line. So clock is stopped 4 now. Clock ticking down. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that heavy set again. And they have Jaquarian Ladson back on the field, and he is going to lead the charge, and they choose to snap it outside, and a nice little run to the outside into the end zone is Damon Banks. So another touchdown here for 1:14 on the clock. 36-7 is the score, and the Cougars will now attempt an extra point. Second half so far has been all Cougars. Marauders did show a little bit of light on their last drive, but they were thwarted and ultimately stopped. Extra point is up and good. 37-7 is the score. And we will see the Marauders take on another offensive possession here. The Cougars taking a long time now to get out on the field, and there they are. Back to return is Robinson Reese for the Marauders. Kickoff up and away. Check that. It's going to be Kieran Benz who takes this one. He's moving right to left, and he's going to be swallowed up by a whole bunch of Cougars, and he was hit hard, so I just call him down. Bennis with a couple words. Do not get any kind of confrontation. Now, this is not the time to actually add on any type of penalties here. Caden Hinton back on the field. And Amir Bankhead. Working together again. Trips to the right, one to the left. Hinton hands it off. Bankhead running strong to the right side. He's going to find a hole. He's going to push one off, and he bounces off of a guy, and he absolutely trucks a defensive player. And Bankhead, gosh darn, getting it done. We'll watch this again. What a run from Bankhead. Boom. That's a hard run right there. Fakes a handoff. Hinton, no, he hands it off to Bankhead again. Bankhead along the inside, and he's going to be able to make it all the way up to the 35, and another strong run, 12-yard gain here for the Marauders, and they are moving the football here with 35 seconds left here in the third quarter, and that clock is going to wind down. Low snap. Hinton hands it off to Bankhead. Bankhead turning his legs forward. He's going to have another first down, mark it another 10-yard gain. And we have 10.4 seconds left on the board, and the Marauders desperately trying to move this football forward. They are not done yet. That is the end of the third quarter. We'll return after a little bit. You're watching SoCal College Sports coverage of AVC Marauder football, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
We started the Community Athletic Project back in 2018, and it was a way for us to give back to the community, the young people of the community.
Well, we're back. After a couple really well put together runs here from Bankhead. Choosing to throw here, and that's been the danger point for Hinton, but he's able to get a nice reception to Robinson Reese. No flags out on the field, and a good job to move the football forward. Another first down here for the Marauders. Marked at the 42-yard line. Trips to his right, and Bankhead with the football up to the 41. Earning his keep tonight, as if there was any question about it. There absolutely was not. We are in the fourth quarter. At this point, most important thing here for the Marauders, making sure they can work on the small things, and that was what I believe was a designed throw. Just to take some humor out of the situation, Isaiah Daniels, who's standing on the sideline, not expecting anything. It wasn't in the game, but, well, Hinton throws a dime straight off of his chest plate, and he was not expecting the football to go to his hands. Interesting little mistake there, but nonetheless, try to find the humor out of things. Hinton, under pressure, rolling out towards the right side, throws across his body and hits Bankhead. And I think Bankhead had enough for a first down. They're going to call a first down, and what a great play from Hinton. Good job to escape pressure. You see him coming off of the left side here. And at the last second, turns and throws. And he had the linebacker juked. He looked him off. Hinton out of the gun. Three receivers to his left, one to his right. Hands it off to Bankhead. Bankhead not able to handle it. And, oh! I'm sorry. Did I see fourth down? And it was. That's going to be a turnover on downs, and Bankhead not able to get the yards necessary to convert the first down. I don't know if it was called mistake, but that was actually, at least from our point of view, I'm going to roll that back one time. I'm not going to replay the failed conversion. I want to cover it from the top. I'm almost positive line to game was a 43. We'll see where Bankhead was. He looked close enough. I don't know. I thought that was a first down. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to see the Cougars take over and handoff on the first play. It looks like a new running back in the game. Checking right now to see who's got the football. And good, solid run. Two new players in the game, one at quarterback. Robin Virginell. And he'll take the handoff again. First down coming by way. And Bryce Dixon is in at quarterback now. Football up to their own 47-yard line. 13 minutes now remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dixon throwing here on first down. Completed pass along the right side. And small gain of 3 yards. Josh Clark, receiver who caught the football there. He'll be shifting over to the left side. Trips left side. Dixon. Out of the gun. Hands it off, and Virginell able to make it up to the line of scrimmage, but going nowhere. That's going to be a quick third down, and now 3rd and 7 coming up. Clock continues to run. We're under 12 minutes here in Antelope Valley. Three receivers left side, one to the right. Dixon. Out of the gun. I just had a fly land on my microphone. That was that sound. Well, unfortunately, I have the window partially cracked open, though. The air conditioning is very nice here in the Antelope Valley. Timeout called, and we are 11 minutes and 29 seconds here on the clock. Score is 37-7. ABC not able to get it done on the last drive, but they had some promising runs from Bankhead. Faking the throw. Dixon throws it up. Picked up. Intercepted. Thrown right into the hands. Intercepted. Oh, my goodness. Defensive tackle coming in and absolutely stomping on the ball with his hand is Aaron Murdoch. What a great job from the big man up front. We're going to watch that again from the reverse angle. And you see him try to go and throw the fake, and Murdoch just excellent job of sticking his hands up there, and he's going to run with it. Run, big man, run, because that is an awesome opportunity to try and get yards back for your team, and the Marauders set up in great territory down to the 26-yard line. Gotta love it. That is a heck of an effort from your defensive end, defensive tackle right there. Sure smiles all around. Throwing long here and intercepted. And College of the Canyons with the football right back. And they were looking to do a quick turnaround, but Caden Hinton throws it right into the hands of the defensive back. And I'm going to spare you guys the horror of watching that over again. He's right behind his receiver. Cougars will take over on their own 8-yard line. $11:15 on the clock. Dixon falls over as he fakes the handoff to the running back. Got a little bit tied up there at their feet. Under 11 to play here. Dixon hands it off, takes it himself, and he's running along the near side, and he's going to be tackled and brought down at roughly the 9. 3rd and 6 coming up. Check that, 3rd and 5. Dixon with Samaj Freeman beside him. He drops the football, and he was going to go quarterback keeper. Now he's looking back, throwing the football off his back foot, and he makes the throw, and picking up the football is Tavarius Jenkins, and he was not expecting to be open, but he catches the football, and he's all the way down into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. I don't even know how that transpired. That was not the intended way that play was supposed to happen, but you'll watch it down from the ground level, drops the football, rolls out to his right side, turns and throws. Sometimes you just get unlucky. Jenkins was right in the area where the football was landing, and he took it all the way to the house. $43-7 is the scoreline pending the extra point. Through the uprights, 44-7. 9:50 on the clock here. Marauders receive the football next. We'll see you in a few moments. Well, we are back after the touchdown from the Cougars. And at a certain point, there's really not much you can say other than it's just a failure to fix the small things. But the Cougars, statement makers in the Northern Conference of the SCFA, so no surprises there. Marauder football, always putting out a great facility and program as always. So I see a new quarterback in. And this is Gannon Guinness. Quarterback hands it off, running back to Gene Brown. And Brown with a strong run of 12 yards, first down. The Marauders fixing to move the football. Check that. That is not the safety. Gannon Guinness. And there, this is Warren Darius. Hands it off here on second down, but running into the pile and nowhere to go. Second down and 9. They're able to gain 1 out of it. Two to the left, two to the right. Throwing here on second down, turning around and trying to make a move. It's Eugene Brown, and he breaks away, and he's got a first down. He's hit out of bounds, and there's going to be a flag on that play. And let's go ahead and watch this one back. Design play, and Brown making a move, spinning off a tackler. Just watch him cut inside. Stepping out of bounds and clearly hit out of bounds. And it's tough to get out of the way when you're the defender and trying to make the tackle, but that is no excuse. 15-yard penalty, and this is going to put the Marauders, well, into Cougar territory. All about keeping up the momentum at this point. 8:54 on the clock remaining in the game. Darius out of the gun. Throws over to Brown again. Brown along the inside. He's going to be hit hard. Takes a shoulder pad right to the thigh. Hard to run through that. However, he's able to get 4 yards. Down to the 28-yard line, and this is the farthest the Marauders have been into Cougar territory here in the second half. Darius faking the throw over. He's got an open receiver. Touchdown! Touchdown Marauders to a wide open Robert James. And that's a beautiful design play. He got the pass off, and it looked like he was going to throw to Brown. Checks it and throws it off. He looked off the linebacker. He looked off the safety and the defensive back. And that is a touchdown. And we'll watch this one more time. And that is a beautiful job on both ends from the receiver and the quarterback. Watch that. Checks him off. Looks off the linebacker, and there is no one home. A bullet thrown right to Robert James. Just watch that. Looks over. Nope, you're not throwing to Brown. So they score the touchdown, miss the extra point. But you got to take the victories where you can. 8:13 left on the clock. Something to be happy about here in the fourth quarter. Cougars set to take the football back. But if that doesn't put a smile on your face, I'm not sure what will if you're a Marauder fan. One more player needed. Got the personnel checked out. Kick is up. Through the middle to the right side of the hash. Making a move and running towards the middle is Jordan Anderson. He's going to be hit and brought down after a pretty nice gain. Received the football about the 5-yard line, able to bring it up to the 31. Mark that down for a 27-yard gain. After the pickup, 8:07 here left on the clock. (13-44) on the clock. 8:07. Handoff up the middle. Tackled and brought down is the running back, Virginelli. And that's a new quarterback as well in here for the Cougars. So Bryce Dixon out, in with Noah Staples. We're seeing lots of different personnel just getting game time at this point. Not a bad time to see, who's got something to show. And in this first 5 games of the season, now they all matter and they all count, but it's an opportunity for teams to kind of check out personnel, see who they've got working, and figure out the best players to put together. Virginelli all the way up to the 47-yard line. Mark another first down. They'll move the chains. Clock continuing to run. We'll be under 7 minutes here in a moment. From the 47-yard line, Staples taking his time, looking over at the sideline. Four receivers out for him, looking to hand off to Virginelli. Virginelli hit at the pile, and he's going to be brought down quickly, down back by the 40, but forward progress has him up to the 46. So it'll be a loss of 1 on the play, down under 6:30 here. Through to his left, 1 to his right. Throwing here on second down and hit and brought down with another loss. The defense playing tough here. Staples is throwing to his receiver behind him. Josh Clark just trying to get anywhere forward, but linebacker is well read here from AVC. Taking down to 5 minutes and 30 seconds soon. And we're going to see this for probably the remainder of the Cougars' possession here, just kind of bleeding off as much time on the clock as possible. Though, I will say, if I'm a little bit selfish, I would like to see another drive here from the Marauders, especially Darius, getting another opportunity. Fighting for a first down, and he might have it. And I think they'll have it, or they have him just shy. So it's going to be 4th and 1. We'll see if the Cougars keep it. They do. Clock will continue to go. We're under 5 minutes here in the 4th quarter. We'll see if they choose to play. It's 6 seconds here left on the play clock. 3. Snap is off. They hand it off to a new running back who just checked in, Lucas Harding Candido. And he'll have the first down here for the Cougars. We're under 4:30. Out of the gun. Fakes a handoff, taking it himself. And the football's out, and we'll see what they call. And they say the football was down. We'll We'll get a pretty good angle of it here. Well, there he's down, and the football comes out afterwards. So 2nd and 10 coming up. Under 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Staples out of the gun. Hands it off. And a hard hit laid into Lucas Harding. And he's going to come off. Third and 7 coming up. 2:32 on the clock. They got the Marauders to jump, and that football was thrown past the fallen down receiver. Staples looking for Jacoby Taylor there on the outside. 4th down and long. I think the coach from COC is kind of upset. They wanted a false start penalty, or not false start, but encroachment penalty. Or an offsides. Depends on what would have happened. I know guys jumped. I'm not sure to the degree of which. Clock is stopped for now. We'll have a timeout called. And we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back in a few moments. And we're back after the brief timeout. 2 minutes, 23 seconds on the clock remaining. The last bleeding moments of this football game. Throwing into coverage and making a great catch up and over. Wow. We'll go ahead and watch that again. There's also a flag down on the field, so clock will remain stopped. For now. We'll sort out the laundry and we will get things configured. Oh! Penalty against the Cougars. They'll send the football back. Mind you, that was 4th down. Five-yard penalty, and it will be assessed down to the 40-yard line. So 4th and now 12, and we'll see what unit they bring out on the field. I think it makes too much football sense to have the punting unit, but this broadcaster has been stumped before. 2:16 on the clock. Check that. It'll be a turnover on downs. Handoff. First play of the drive. And we are lucky. We get to see Warren Darius maybe bring some more magic into this game. First handoff was to Elliott Thurman. Gain of 2 on the play. Up to the 42-yard line. Quarterback keeper, Darius, left side, slides. He's hit, and you're going to see the laundry all over the place. Late hit on the quarterback. He gave himself up. Yeah, well, that is the rules. You cannot hit the quarterback after he slid on the ground. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Bringing it all the way up to the 37-yard line. So 1:39 on the clock. Does Darius have another magic moment in him? Him and Tajin Brown were on the same page earlier. Can they do it again? Handoff again. Thurman up the middle. Tackled after a gain of about 1.5. For sake of it, it'll be 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining with 2nd and 8. From the 35. Darius, near side. Throws to Kieran Benz. He is all the way up to the 27. That'll mark it first down. 59-6. Remaining in this game. Thurman carrying the football. He's going to be brought down with a loss. Clock will continue to run. We're not going to see, I don't think, a serious rush back to the line of scrimmage here. We'll see, maybe one more play, maybe 2, depending on how things go here. Darius out of the gun. Handles the snap. Throws quick side, left side. That's over to Tajin Brown. Brown out of bounds, and that'll be shy of a first down. Roughly 5 to go. Clock stopped at 19:4. Throwing again. Brown, left side, out of bounds. And he does have the first down, 14-2. This is a great time to work on your 2-minute drill. And ABC is doing just that. Do they have one more touchdown in them before this game is all said and done? 14-2. Clock would not restart because he was out of bounds. Time for 1, maybe 2 more plays. Darius under pressure, brought down. That'll be the end of the football game as we see it. So, final score. Marauders 13, College of the Canyons Cougars 44. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for our broadcast coverage of Marauder football. We'll be back here next week at 6 o'clock. And we will have all of that and more. Again, Mount San Jacinto, 6 o'clock here at Marauder Stadium, and we'll be back here with our coverage. Once again, you're watching SoCal College sports coverage of SCFA football. Good night, everybody.